a tick. I've gone camping. I've gone camping and
God.
woken up with quite a few ticks down there in the nether regions.
You mean more than one?
Oh yeah, it was more than one.
Ugh.
That is...
Yeah, and then you have to like burn them off. They don't.
Yeah.
You can't like just yank them out.
You know those,
especially on the penis.
You know those flying ants? I don't know if they're actually ants or not, but that's what we always called them because they look like ants with wings.
Yeah.
I found one of those in my labes once.
I think those are
Yeah.
ants, but they're called alates, like ALATES, like an alate. That's like a part of a mating pair of ants. So it might have actually been a flying ant.
Thank you, Dr. Ant Coochie.
Nice.
I don't even know how it got
my next
there.
band.
I'm hoping it was already dead when it got there, honestly. Because if it was still alive and was just smothered by my labial folds, it kind of, I don't know.
You don't want it to be like a fucking weapon.
I don't know. It kind of makes me feel sorry for it. Though. Like, I'm sure
it's okay to be deadly.
I'm sure there's
That's true.
plenty of people who've wanted to drown in this pussy before, but
But
this was an innocent bystander.
I think the weirdest or most off-putting.
It was when I put that burrito on your dick.
Nah,
Remember?
I think. Well, there's the burrito. The burrito. I mean, you know.
the burrito is also a fleshlight.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
The burrito is nature's fleshlight.
It was nice and warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the weirdest still
Spicy.
would probably have to be fire.
You put your dick in a fire. Oh, because you
I
lit.
lit my dick on fire.
That's right. You lit your dick on fire.
Yeah, I fucking sprayed it with some hairspray and fucking just whoosh. And then Bacardi 151. Whoosh.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
there's pictures of it, but it's kind of fucked up. I just found a Facebook page called UFC Kink. I'm gonna like it with our profile.
Is it like
wait.
them fucked up injuries kink thing, like broken leg shit?
Well, let me.
I think they mean like sexual kinks.
Yeah, like sexual kink. All right, check this
Or
out.
maybe that is their kink. Is
That's
like
what I'm saying.
fucking
Like
injured.
some people like get off on like people getting fucking broken shit.
Like, look at
Yeah.
this shit.
It's like that. Those people who get off on car crashes.
They're like one of the girls down.
You used to do.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're wrestling and you're doing groundwork.
So in one of the pictures, one of the girls is face down on her hands and knees, and the other girl's on top on the right side, right guard, I guess you would call it. But then she has her hand. You could tell she's probably working, but she has her hand like directly on her.
Someone just
gooch.
caught a picture right at the right time. I thought it looked like it's going into butt.
Yeah, but the hand's like right at the gooch. But she's not like, you can tell she's not like digging in her gooch. She's just like, she's
my
probably
God.
adjusting.
Yeah,
she's probably
just getting ready to,
moving
like,
her
you know.
hand. Some weirdos out there screenshotting this shit and
Like right at the wrong time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh geez, are these UFC pervert? That's exactly what it is.
cool.
Well, you know Rule 34, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
That's why that exists.
It's your shit.
I thought it was going to be something
there's, like,
weirder than that, though. That's just regular, like, sexualized shit. I
Right.
thought it was going to be
There's
like...
still people here that are all about the broken bones being.
Ooh!
No, did
Yeah.
you find the broken bone stuff?
Dang!
Yeah, there's the broken bone fetish.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah, it's in there, man. I mean, I might be into some relatively kinky stuff. I always figured I'm kind of vanilla, I just kind of like, smacking some booties and like, some butt stuff. I'm not just butt stuff.
Right.
I'm talking about butt stuff. Butt. You got to like
I like that. Yeah.
butt stuff.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because there's some you say just butt stuff. Some people assume it's just some light booty play, but that's not where I'm
No,
coming
you worship
from.
the booty.
Oh, I don't worship the booty. I make a trans-dimensional portal to unite all booties across all multiverses.
Let's go, black hole booty hole.
That's butt stuff.
Black hole booty hole.
That's why you got to say it like that too. Put so much emphasis on the butt.
I do have a well-pampered booty. I have to admit. It always feels very loved.
Nice.
Except when I'm just standing there not doing anything and then all of a sudden your tongue's in my butthole.
Or like
Which has happened more than once.
And whenever I forget to shave too, so you got like a cactusy face, like fucking blowing bubbles on your butthole.
It feels like a cat's licking my butt.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Like it's just sticking its tongue right there in my butt crack. Like I'm a newborn kitten.
You know, my brother and I saw some, I think I was like maybe 12 or 13 and Tommy was like 8 or 9 years old. And there was some documentary about sumo wrestlers and they were being very candid. And there was an oyakata on there and I can't remember who he was. Now that I'm older and really into sumo, I really want to find out who he is. But someone had asked, since sumo wrestlers are so big, did they have problems with romance and problems, getting ladies? And the guy, very heavily accented, was like, oh no, sumo wrestler does not have any trouble finding woman in Japan. Sumo wrestler have pee this big, made like about the size of I'm talking like a big eggplant,
Yeah, a big eggplant.
like a big eggplant. And I just really want to find out who that oyakata was and find that fucking video.
Was that
clip
real?
again. Yeah, it was like it was an American fucking it was something like, remember A Current Affair or remember those really
Hard
bad
Copy?
Yeah,
or
like
shit.
one of those kinds of shows from in the 90s because I was a kid and Tommy was a kid and he can corroborate it. He was there because we laughed our fucking asses off and we never saw that fucking clip again.
Oh my god.
Nice.
This big.
No, big. It was that, and we watched the Pantera Vulgar video religiously,
yes,
and
let's
it warped
go.
us because we were kids.
Hell yeah.
We were 13 and 9, watching fucking Phil Anselmo pee on people, and
Man, yeah, that's a badass video.
Oh jeez.
it was really
I
bad.
think I had that on VHS.
I did too.
Did you know that this is actually our 50th
Like 50, 50.
episode? Yeah, 50. 50.
50th episode. That's freaking
50.
awesome.
50th.
Yeah.
That's fucking wackiness. I can't even fathom that.
That's
Once we
nice.
start getting into triple digits, that's where I'm really gonna kind of be like, what?
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck you guys
This
kicking
isn't
ass.
the dollop as much as I'd want it to be.
Oh.
Any look back on favorite episodes?
Look back on favorite episodes. Let's
Okay, I
see.
think one of my all-time favorites was the fucking Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Valentine's.
That was good.
I can't say that word correctly.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's. I sound like Squizgar.
You do. That's not Valentine's Days.
No, the Valentine's Day episode was great. Rick, what was your favorite episode of the podcast?
I think there was the one that was like the hometown thing. It was like
Hometown.
the episode you did about the first time y'all went to Salina, like where I first found you guys.
Oh yeah.
The first Roller Town excursion. That was such a cool
It's called like hometown sumo.
Something
I think
like
you
that.
named it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. It does
That's
have
cool
some
episode.
sort of
just
title
because
like that.
that's the first episode I had listened of y'all. Because I
Because
I
you
met
were
you guys.
at that
Yeah, because I was there and I
event,
found
yeah.
you guys and I was like, oh, they have a podcast, and I found it and I was like, what's this one? And that was the first one I found and I listened to it and I was like, oh, this is cool.
That was a really fun
I think we
episode to
might have
do.
even mentioned you in that episode.
I think we did.
Like
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
we
we did.
even knew who you were, we
Yeah,
were
you
like,
did.
yeah, there were these fucking like, what? How did
think
I
you said
describe
brother.
them?
I think I already knew we were brothers, and I think that's what y'all said. Like,
Yeah,
Remember,
something.
that's back when we used to call Bubba fucking Baby Abby.
Yo, yeah.
Because there
Yeah.
was that picture of him whenever it was one of his first practices back when we were still in Carrollton, and he had his
Yeah.
hair down. And then there's that picture of Abby, in the
Yeah,
stable
yeah.
with his hair. They looked
Yes!
damn near
It
identical.
was like the same guy. It was
I
cool.
know, right? but now the way like Bubs fights, he's starting to get more Tsupari style. He kind of is Baby Abby.
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah.
He's getting that supati in.
Hell yeah.
What Rikishi would Rick be?
Oh shit, man. Let's see. Rick's got that fucking good like pushing thrusting style, but he's got elements of Hokuto Fuji, I would say.
That's what I was thinking. Hokuto Fuji.
That
yeah.
fucking Billy Goat fucking
Yeah, Hokuto
Nice,
Fuji.
cool. I'll
That's who
take it.
you are now, Rick. You're
Thank
Hokuto
you.
Fuji.
I'll take it.
Congratulations.
Hell yeah. Thank
Even
you.
though I've done very little sumo myself,
Oh, and hey, we
who,
all
do
have
you, who do you think I would be?
Oh yeah, let's get them beers in. Cheers.
Cheers.
Who would you be?
Yes.
Oh, let's see. Who would Sabrina be? Like, okay, Ozumo?
Mm-hmm.
Midori Fuji.
Midori Fuji?
Yeah. That's
Really?
exact. Yeah. Because you're the pit bull.
You
Yeah.
guys are so sweet. Did you see that? Well, I guess we should just start the episode. Never mind.
Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx.
Hi, my name is Sabrina, and I think if I were going to do a sumo match against a non-Rishi, it would have to be... I don't know why I thought of this person, but the first person that popped in my head was Reba McEntire.
Fucking Reba.
Nice.
Because I
Reba.
think she's shorter than me, so
I don't know,
I
dude.
can probably...
Nah.
She's kind of short.
Hold
Reba,
on.
but both of y'all are short. That'd be like
Let me look.
Hardfoot
Short.
versus
Hold
Hobbit.
on.
I mean,
Hold
she
on.
wears a lot of boots, maybe.
Oh yeah, she probably does. She's 5'7". God damn it!
No, that means you could get under her though. You could
Oh, there
get,
you go.
Yeah, see, if you could get lower than Reba, you can pick her up by her mawashi and drive her out.
Okay, true.
See,
There
you're
you go.
Midori Fuji.
Midori Fuji style. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm sticking with Reba. Rick,
Yeah.
introduce yourself.
I'm Rick, and a non-Rikishi that I would fight in a sumo bout would be Alfred Hitchcock.
Ooh, Alfred
Yeah.
Hitchcock.
Yeah. He
Creepy.
got a big ass head. I just want to feel it.
It's a pretty big dude too.
Yeah, he's pretty big. You know, he'd probably get a good touch eye.
Okay, if I were going to fight,
You gotta say your
someone-
name first.
Oh, my name is Matt, and if I were going to fight someone, a non sumo wrestler in a sumo bout, I would probably fight Trixie Mattel.
Trixie Mattel.
Trixie Mattel.
Trixie Mattel, the drag queen.
The drag queen.
Nice.
I could have swore you were going to say something like Optimus Prime or fucking Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Well,
yeah.
if we're talking, see, I thought we were talking about
all
real
right,
people.
Let's go non-fictional. Then.
Okay, so if we're going fictional, okay.
Fictional, yeah, fictional.
See, with yours, Reba is a real person and a fictional character because she had her own show on the WB.
That's
remember?
true.
Right.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. Oh, and the thing about Trixie Mattel's Tachi though, with all those wigs, that shit wouldn't hurt. I could take that Tachi. Okay, so we're talking about fiction, like straight up fiction. So my name is Matt, and a fictionalized entity that I would fight in a sumo bout would either have to be Snarf from Thundercats or fucking Skeletor.
I knew it was
Yes.
going to be Skeletor.
Let's go.
He's been
Let's
wanting to name
go.
our kid Skeletor for the entire time we've been together.
Man,
Well, we already do sumo with Beastman.
That's
right, true. Yeah, Beastman's already up in there.
So, okay, would you win against Skeletor or would he win against you?
He's fucking built. I mean, you've seen
Yeah,
Skeletor.
yeah. Skeletor's getting
Skeletor's
pretty
got
in
some
there.
fucking muscles,
He
and he's
runs away
already
a lot,
wearing
though.
that furry mawashi anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I just lift him up by his furry mawashi and probably just toss his
There
ass.
you go.
Okay. Before we forget to do it, this is
Sumo Punx!
All right, we made it. We made it all the way through an intro, guys.
You opened the
Congratulations.
floodgates talking about Skeletor. Shit was bound to happen.
It was gonna happen.
Okay. Well, we're finally back from moving into our new house. We've been gone for, it's been like over a month, hasn't it?
Over a month.
There's been a lot of time
This
between...
house is awesome. I got the tour. My favorite
Yeah.
place is the murder shed.
Yeah, we have a murder shed in our backyard now. I'm thinking about fixing it up. Maybe putting some murder flowers
I can't
in
decide
front.
if it's more Leatherface or more Dr. Satan, but it's one of them.
Yeah. It's pretty badass.
Maybe a combination.
A combination.
I need to put on some shows back there. Nice little
Fuck
metal
yeah.
punk shows or
I would
whatever.
fucking love that.
I'm just glad that we have this space now to like set up our recording area and like
Yeah.
have all of the things that we want to have in a... I lost my train of thought because you fed me beer.
Yeah.
You
Here
know
go.
what I'm trying to say, goddammit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See, I got the non-alcoholic beers.
And it's episode 50, guys.
Number
Episode
fucking
50.
This is our 50th episode.
50.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come now, babe. Okay. But there is a basho going on. I
Yeah.
think we should probably talk about that.
Nagoya.
Nagoya. We're here to talk about Nagoya.
What you want to do?
This is what happens when I try to make a podcast episode while drunk. Rick, how you doing over there?
Pretty good.
What do you know about the upcoming sumo events in the world of amateur sumo?
Pulling up sumo411.com. Go check those guys out for all your sumo info.
Thanks, Kellyanne.
Yeah, Kellyanne kills it on this. First thing that pops up is 61st Brazilian Sumo Championship.
For the whole country of Brazil.
It's pretty badass.
What's
Nice.
that kid's name? That dude, is it Hui?
Ori? I don't know.
Hui?
Ori? I don't know.
Hui? I
I
can't
hope
remember
he's
his
not
name.
listening to this episode.
Yeah, sorry for butchering your name, dude, but he competed at the World Games and he was pretty fucking badass.
Hell yeah. All right, what do we got after that? Oh, Raijin. They're having their sumo camp from the 28th of July through the 30th. That's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I think at Pullen Park.
Something like that. It's on their social media.
Yeah, you could contact Raijin Sumo. They're, at NC Sumo on Instagram. They will definitely provide you with details.
Yeah, man, I really wanted to go, but
I really wanted to go
I
too.
did buy a t-shirt though.
I wanted to fight Sensei
I
Seth.
like
Might
a t-shirt.
talk to Caitlin, pick my shirt up.
I want to see Hayden fight Sumo.
Yeah.
I was about to call him Sumo Seth. Sensei Seth. He's Sumo Seth now. He just can't help it.
And then on the 5th of August, there's actually 3 different tournaments going on at the same time.
Yes, so we have the Powell Street Tournament in Vancouver, British Columbia. That is August 5th through 6th. And then there is the Harvest Days Sumo Open, Salt Lake City, Utah. There's lots of information about this and a really cool Grand Sumo Breakdown episode that interviewed George Ferris about this one. And then there is the Scottish Sumo Open.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm so excited about this. I really, really, really wanted to go.
I wanted to
Not
go.
going to be able to go. Hopefully,
it
there's a
sucks being
part 2.
poor.
I'll be there for that one.
But
Yeah.
Caitlin's going. Caitlin and Hayden from
Yeah, I
Dallas Sumo
think
Club.
they're both going.
Hell yeah. I think isn't Edibo going?
I think Ed is going.
Edibo is just traveling the globe, just dominating every weight
Of course,
division there is.
This would be Saturday, August 5th.
You're not gonna have a dearth of sumo events on Saturday, August 5th. You'll have 3 to choose from, damn it.
You're going to have to get a couple extra TVs
I'll
and
be
just
wa-
sit in your living room, just
There you go.
surrounded by them.
Maybe you got to make multiple YouTube accounts or something.
Yeah,
Like,
sumo
jump
on
in
all
there.
sides. Just stuffed to the brim with sumo.
All right. After that, we do have August the 12th is the European Beach Seniors Sumo Championship, and that is in Poland. And you can find more information at EuropeanSumoFederation.com.
It's always nice to hear about senior events because I think they get overlooked a lot. You know?
I know.
It'd be fun to fight at the beach.
No, hold on. I have to set atmosphere. Remember they do. Remember that guy on movies would be like, in a world.
Like that Joy
In a
Division
world.
song.
All right. And then on Saturday, September 2nd, in Dripping Springs, Texas,
Oh.
the 3rd annual Consulates Cup
3rd annual.
Sumo Tournament hosted by Dark Circle Sumo.
Fuck yeah!
Circle Sumo.
So if you go onto the Interbutts, there is a really fucking cool video that was made by
Oh my god, that
Dark
was.
Circle, Dallas Sumo Club, and Corey fucking made this.
I mean, I already kind of knew, but at this point, for sure, I'm like, just trust the vision.
Yeah,
Just
no,
try to
it
push
was a
them.
very well put together promo video. I
Yeah,
was
it's fucking sick.
incredibly impressed with that.
It's the whole. It reminds me of fucking Tetsuo the Iron Man, and then a little bit of Sanctuary thrown in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely got both vibes.
Man, and it was just so much fun doing it. It was just we all
Tetsuo,
had
the
fun. And of course,
Sanctuary
hanging out
Man.
with the homies from Austin.
Hell yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, video turned out fucking magnificently
Yeah.
though. Good job, Corey.
Yeah, kicking ass.
So, a little bit of sumo news.
On the international sumo news front.
Dun, 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 sumo news.
Thank you for our news jingle, Rick. That's why we invited you
Yeah.
onto this,
Yeah, you're welcome.
our 50th episode in
On
our
this
magnificent new
Number
house.
50.
So on this magnificent day and this, I guess an unfortunate topic is that Sumo was not invited to be a part of the 2025 World Games.
Man, what the fuck?
I know, right? So, as everyone might remember, there was a little something called Backflip Gate at the
Yes.
World Games. We may have been the ones that coined that term, by the way.
Backflip gate.
So, one of the wrestlers for Egypt had celebrated his victory against a Ukrainian wrestler, both lightweight, by doing a backflip in the middle of the dojo. The judges really didn't like that. They decided to reverse the decision and give the win to the Ukrainian guy instead of the Egyptian guy.
Yeah.
And then there was a big to-do. The coach from the Egyptian team, which is the former Pro Rikishi Osuna Arashi, threw a big ol' hissy fit about it and made
Like
a
a little
huge scene
crybaby.
and had to be escorted by the cops out of the arena.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. They decided ultimately to just have a rematch, and then the Egyptian wrestler won again. Because of all this, the World Games, what do they call the World Games Committee?
Like, I think it's like the WG.
Wait, well, before that, weren't they banned from the open weight the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They sent the Egyptian wrestlers home. They kicked them off campus.
They kicked them out of their, were they staying in the dorms or in a hotel?
They were staying in the dorms, and they had to,
Yeah.
find a hotel because they
Oh.
were kicked out.
That's
Damn.
right, okay.
Yeah, and to me...
That's a pretty shitty thing to do, though, honestly. Like, being in a foreign country and then all of a sudden, like, you have to figure out where you're gonna fucking sleep when you had housing previously.
And see, that to me is kind of like raises an eyebrow with me. First, I kind
That
of
shit's
see
racist.
this is the thing that kind of like set me off, because on one hand they said, Sumo International Sumo Federation, you guys don't have your shit together with your policies. You should have these policies in place, or whenever things like this happen, it's just cut and dry, bam, bam, bam. That's how we do it. But sumo, especially with pro sumo and even to a lesser extent amateur sumo in Japan, things kind of are handled on a case-by-case basis,
Right.
especially in pro sumo, and things really prefer to be handled in-house.
Yeah.
And so...
Some things that maybe shouldn't be, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the International Sumo Federation, and if you were to watch the video, which is on our YouTube channel, if you were to watch the events that unfold after the backflip happened and before they decided to do the rematch, they did have higher ups in the International Sumo Federation, and they were talking about things, and they decided, well, maybe it would be too harsh, like I said, on a case-by-case basis. Maybe it would be too harsh to just go ahead and, just immediately disqualify him, so we'll just do Tori Naoshi. So a lot of times, in pro sumo, when they anyone can't come to a consensus of who touched the ground first, or if it was too close to call,
Make them fight again.
yeah, Tori Naoshi.
Right.
So that, in the sumo world, that makes sense. That's
Right.
what we're used to. That's kind of how we see. But that World Games Council, or whoever they are,
International World Games Association.
if
I
that's,
think-
some acronym.
Yeah.
But those guys decided that sumo, as an international entity, didn't have its shit together enough to be included, in this next iteration of the World Games. And because of that display, they're like, well, maybe you guys need to take a year off.
Sabbatical from the...
Until the one after 2025. Which to me, on one hand, I could kind of see their perspective if it wasn't for the fact that they sent the Egyptian guys home like a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
So that pisses me off, that they have the fucking audacity to talk shit about, the sumo world, the amateur sumo world, which I am a part of, and I fucking love being a part of.
Yeah,
But they have
same.
the audacity to fucking try and bring that shit into play when they're the ones that fucking kicked these dudes out of their fucking hotel room, essentially onto the street. That sucks.
it was the World Games Association that kicked them out.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of different things, that it was the way that the Federation had handled the situation. I've heard that it was just the publicity of it, and how it looked really bad to have a coach like screaming and yelling at the judges,
Yeah,
and then the
it's
cops coming
very
in
embarrassing.
to have to drag him out.
God.
And I've even heard some people say that, like, well, if the guy hadn't done the backflip to begin with and just known better, because sumo has a certain decorum, this would have never happened, so it's his fault or whatever. There's been a lot of different theories as to why they made this decision.
Yeah.
But we don't know one way or another, and they're probably never going to tell us.
It just sucks that everyone's affected by one person's decision.
Right.
And I think some of it has to do with there's not a actual written rule in sumo that you have to be, stoic. It's just expected. It's one of those things. Remember,
good sportsmanship, I guess.
Yeah, well, in anthropology, we say there's the Edic and the emic perspective. So Edic being that you're on the outside looking into a culture, and the emic being that you're on the inside of a culture and you can look out. So I think for those of us that are Edic of Japanese culture, we are outside of Japanese culture, and by participating in sumo, we are participant observers of that culture.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
And so we have to be respectful of the culture, be respectful of the expectations. And, there is no doubt in anyone's mind, and everybody who knows anything about Japan or Japanese culture knows there are a lot of unwritten rules. That's just
Expectations.
And
Japan's,
not
that's just who
even
they are.
every
It's just
Japanese person agrees with them.
Yeah.
But that's not for outsiders to decide.
Yeah, we can have
Exactly.
opinions about it, but we can't actually fucking say, you know what, Japan, you should do this because I am from America and I said so.
Yeah.
No, but so the thing that I'm saying is, but any country, all over the globe, if you're going to participate in something that is so near and dear to the Japanese people, like sumo isn't just a martial art, and some people even say, no, it's not a martial art, it's Japanese culture. It's like fucking kabuki, it's like making katanas. It's like
an
fucking
art
making,
form.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is. It technically is.
A martial art form, you may say.
So I think that sumo can't just be stripped down to just being just a sport. You can't just have it divorced from the
It's a way of life.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point, though. How many Japanese people are part of the World Games Association
I don't know how
and
many...
really have that cultural understanding?
Yeah.
True. Exactly.
The people who made this decision, are they Japanese?
Yeah.
Or was there any kind of input? So I really don't know. But what I do know is that I don't think there was any... it feels punitive. I don't think that it was any type of attempt to really try to gain any kind of understanding. I think... to put it as my dad would put it, it was a clusterfuck. So we can't really put blame on everybody, because, everybody has a little bit of blame. The Rikishi definitely have some blame, whenever they were, you saw that there was another dude, after,
there was a different Ukrainian dude who also did a backflip. I guess
But he
kind
did
of
that
as,
afterwards. And
after the whole fucking thing.
I think as a protest, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to be like, hey guys, it's not actually that big of a deal. Look, I'm doing a backflip too. But he didn't do it in the middle of the dojo.
That's
Exactly.
very true.
He didn't.
So,
But it just feels like people wanting to flex nuts, people not liking the publicity or the bad publicity of it all.
yeah.
And I think the behavior, of Azuna Arashi, and that's even he himself admitted that was a bad move. He made a video about it. He's talked about it, at length.
He's just a really passionate guy.
We all are very passionate about sumo, but the thing that's important about it is that we have to respect that we're participating in something that does not belong to us.
Yeah.
That we are guests in a culture.
Exactly.
And then we have to be respectful of that culture. Me being an Indian guy, indigenous, I guess I could be PC. But being an indigenous person, I try to treat sumo and Japanese culture the way I wish other people would treat my culture. So
Yeah,
I try
exactly.
to have the utmost respect.
Yeah, 100%.
But it was still shitty of the World Games to do that.
It was shitty
Yeah,
of the World
it
Games.
sucks.
The whole situation from beginning to end was shitty.
Yeah.
And I just really think that it is extremely punitive. I think there could have been another way. Remember whenever they made Hakuho sign that if you're going to be an Oyakata, then you got to behave? Why couldn't they do that to all of us? Hey, well, you rowdy sumo guys are, passionate about your sport.
Yep,
and
Matsutaro.
so, yeah, go ahead and sign this paper and don't do it again. They could have handed us a JSA punishment, fuck.
Yeah, something saying, hey, you've behaved badly if you do it again.
But you know what makes it even worse is, you take like the actual Olympics, not the World Games, but the actual fucking Olympics. Look at how many people are throwing like tennis rackets.
Dude, I was literally just about to
Right.
say that. Didn't
Exactly.
that one guy, I can't remember his fucking name either, didn't he throw a tennis racket like at a judge or some shit?
Probably.
You've got people like who throw fits about how matches turn out all the time in the actual fucking Olympics, and the World Games is supposed to be like a step down from that, so
Yeah.
I feel like we can keep beating this subject, but I just wanted to say before we continue, how I like to put a positive spin on everything. If nothing else, this incident helped to bring sumo more into the public light, at least
Right.
in the US. Yes,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
controversy, but how many different people who had never given a fuck about sumo before
Right.
started giving a fuck about sumo because of that controversy?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and to put another positive spin on this,
Yeah, do it.
is that the World Games is going to miss out on how much sumo is going to
Yeah,
grow.
I'm sure.
Because it's already like growing and growing and growing. There
Big
are new
time.
dudes at Dallas Sumo Club today.
Yep.
There's new people starting sumo clubs everywhere. There's Reading Sumo Club now.
Dude, it seems like there's a new sumo club
D&D
popping up
sumo.
at least like one a week now.
I wonder if there's an Irish sumo club.
I bet there is. We should look it up when we're
If
done
not,
with
then
this.
there's going to be. But see, more sumo clubs are popping up. Sumo is fucking, getting super popular on a global scale once again.
I wanna
And
see-
they're going to miss out on it.
I want to see the Irish sumo club and the Scottish sumo club gang up on the English sumo club. Is that bad?
That'd be fun
Maybe.
to see.
I don't care.
I'm all for it.
All right. Well,
Let's go Scottish Open.
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get to the main topic of the episode, the
meat.
Nagoya basho.
Nagoya.
First up, Jurio. We had some newbies in Jurio this basho.
Yeah.
Jurio newbies.
So I've been keeping an eye on these Jurio newbies. I mean, I've been keeping an eye on a couple of them anyway. The first one is from Ikazuchi Beya Shishi.
Shishi.
Nice. Sheesh.
That's just a fun name to say. Shishi.
It's a good one.
That's what I call my. Never mind.
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
Marky Nas got to wrestle Shishi at one
What?
of the opens. Yeah, but,
Oh,
God,
what?
really?
That's cool.
yeah, I can't remember what his
That's
real
awesome.
name is, but yeah.
That's fucking cool.
And
I want
so-
to wrestle Shishi.
Yeah, kick your ass, dude.
He's no Reba McEntire.
So Shishi is doing pretty damn well, and I thought he was doing pretty damn well. But looking at his score, he ends day 8 at 4-4, and then we have formerly Kawazoi of Miyagano Beya. He had his name shortened to Kiho. So Kiho ends day 8 at 5-3, and he really is kicking some booty holes. He had like this brutal fucking slap down victory over Sushimanada, and then
Nice.
One of my favorite names in sumo, by the way, is Sushi Manada.
Yeah.
That's just fun to say.
It really
and it makes me hungry for some reason.
and then good old Ono Sato, speaking of the World Games, Daiki Nakamura, from
Yes.
the World Games is now Ono Sato.
Yes.
And
Nice.
he
Level
got
up.
slapped down by Kiho.
Oh, don't forget Yuma.
Oh, Yuma! Yeah, Yuma ends day 8 at 2-6.
It's his first time in Jurio, though, right?
That's true.
So-
So hopefully,
Go,
He's
let's
kind of
go.
getting his bearings.
sometimes you might have to take a dip back down
Yeah,
to
he's doing
Makushita,
good.
get back up again. That's okay.
That's pretty common, though.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. We've still got a whole second week of the basho to
Right.
get through.
Yeah, we do.
And in other Juryo news, at the end of day 8, some notable scores in Juryo are that Atami Fuji, my son, Chiyomaru, and Tamashoho all end day 8 with a score of 6 and 2.
Nice.
job, boys.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Keep that shit up.
Especially my son.
Let's
Son,
go.
I'm proud of you. Now let's talk about the Makauchi newbies. The Maka newbies.
The Makanubis.
Makanubi.
See, I can tell you're really like feeling this whole podcast thing
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
you keep using your like radio voice.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
The radio.
I love it. I love it. This is why we love having you on the show, Rick. All right. Maku newbies include Hakuoho, formerly Ochiai,
My other son.
at Maegashira 17.
Yeah, let's go.
As many probably remember, this is Hakuho's vanity project. I mean, prodigy who zoomed up to Makuuchi faster than the bullet train that transported him to Nagoya. And, of course, he still has the short hair. He hasn't even been in sumo long enough to grow enough hair for a regular mage, let alone a chon mage.
There's
In
a-
regular mug.
There's a word for that. And
Yeah.
so it's called zanbara.
Zambara.
Zanbara. It's
I like
whatever.
that.
Yeah, you don't have hair that's long enough to be put into the
I think
mage.
I had a pair of those
Yeah,
back
I
in the 90s.
So
No, wait,
yeah,
that
you
was
have
Zubaz.
whenever you get it all slicked back, they still put the Bensuke wax, but they just slick it all back. That's the zanbara.
I hear that Ben's case out smells really
They
good.
do.
Then we also have Gonoyama, who is Maegashira 13.
That's Big G.
I think that he is one of the ones that a lot of fans have been sleeping on. He did throw salt in Hakuoho's game in May by being Hakuoho's only loss,
Damn.
probably just because he was salty that Atami Fuji had beaten him the day prior.
Yeah, yeah.
All your sons are fighting!
You're right.
Oh, I guess Gonoyama's not one of your sons.
No, that's just Big G. He's
No,
like
yeah,
the neighborhood
no,
kid
that
that
was-
lives down the street.
That was a good fight by Big G.
Yeah.
See, they were both at Juryo 1. They both ended the tournament at 14 wins and 1 loss. But Gonoyama ended up at Maegashira 13 and Hakuoho ended up at Maegashira 17. I think because Gonoyama's been around the block a few times.
He won the Yusho.
And that too. And Hakuoho is very new to pro sumo.
I
So
think-
there's a 4 rank difference, four and a
Damn.
half between these two Rikishi.
I
Yeah.
think also the fact that not only did Gonoyama get the fucking Yusho, but he beat Hakuoho in the playoff. You know,
Yeah.
so there was their regular scheduled bout, and then they were like, oh, okay, well, here's the playoff, and still got smoked. And Gonoyama's Tachiai is nothing to fuck with, man. That thing is straight Wu-Tang. It was seriously, you can't fuck with that Tachiai. It's just
Yeah.
brutal.
Another newbie is Shonanaumi, who's at
Shonanaumi.
Maegashira 14.
14.
Yes.
Maegashira 14, and he is currently at the end of day 8 with a score of 5 and 3. I'm keeping track of Shonana Umi because he is on my fantasy team for my Domination League.
Yeah.
So I got my fingers in some sumo fantasy pies.
You're always fingering some pie or another.
Yeah. And then there's so there's the Nemo League, that is my tried and my true, my Nemo League. And then there is the Domination League. That's the one I got into with those Salt City guys.
Oh, nice.
It's different rules, and they're more brutal rules. Like you could choose some of the same Rikishi, in the
Right.
Nemo League. But in this fucking Domination League, if someone picks them, you can't choose them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm currently getting smoked.
Furiosa, what do you think about Gonoyama and Hakuo? I want to say Hakuocho. Hakuoho. Hakuoho.
Haka Ocho.
Furiosa, tell me what you think about the Makuuchi noobs. Very
Man,
compelling.
You should sacrifice a microphone and put peanut butter on it.
No, we are not doing that. Day
Man.
1, absent Rikishi included Wakataka Kage, but I think everybody kind of assumed that was going to happen.
Yep.
He was bumped down to Maegashira 12, since he also sat out the last basho. Then we have Taka Keisho.
Taco queso.
So he was
Yum.
Kadoban last basho, if I recall correctly. Right?
Yeah.
I think he was Kadoban last basho, but he got the prerequisite
Oh, right.
number of wins, so he was no longer Kadoban.
So he's going to be
so he
Kadoban
decided to
again
sit
after
out
this
for-
basho.
Yeah,
he'll be
exactly.
Kadoban for this one.
And then Karishima,
Krispy
formerly Kiribayama,
Yeah.
Bayumi.
on his first day as Ozeki.
First day as Ozeki. Come on, bro.
Don't think I didn't hear you call him Krispy Kreme.
So poor Kirishima fucking suffered some bad rib contusions.
Aw.
Sure. Eating too much ribs.
Sometimes I get contused
Yeah,
when
he
I'm
was-
when I'm chowing down on those. But anyway.
So Wakataka Kage, Takakeisho, Kirishima absent day 1.
Whack.
Day 2, though, Nishikigi versus Terano Fuji.
Oh, let's go.
Let's talk about this fucking bout.
Between my doppelganger.
Yeah.
If you say so. Terano Fuji tries to lock up Nishikigi's arms, as he loves to do.
He loves that armbar.
He
Himadashi.
does. It's like his go-to move, especially now that
Yeah.
his knees are kind
Right.
of fucked up. But Nishikigi don't care. He just flips the Yokozuna with a Tsukui Nage, gaining that sweet, sweet Kimboshi. Teru
Man.
looked kind of annoyed about
did.
this.
Man.
And Nishikigi actually looked almost confused or concerned about it.
It was smooth as fuck, but yeah, you could tell like it was just when it happened. It was like both of them didn't realize that it happened.
I know both of them were
Yeah.
surprised, like, dude, that just happened?
Yeah,
Yeah. And it seemed like the audience was a little bit confused too, maybe, because they seemed very reluctant to start throwing the Zabuton.
Yeah.
I saw some flying through the air as they were, dismounting the doyo.
yeah.
But,
I think they were just like, there's not going to be a Monoe? Is there going to be a Monoe? Because you saw they had them
No,
caught.
it was
yeah,
pretty
no,
clean.
I
It
saw
was
a
pretty
few
clean.
people holding them aloft, like ready to fucking fire. But for whatever reason, a lot of them didn't. And you saw people, too, like, kind of covering their heads, just waiting for the fucking pillows to come down on them.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They really did seem kind of distracted and a bit in disbelief over that whole thing.
But it kind of turned out to be a trend, because then day 3, we had Tobizaru versus Terano Fuji.
Holy shit, man! This is such a nice, brutal fight.
Well, apparently Teru was determined to denude poor Tobizaru. Luckily, Tobizaru's Mawashi stayed mostly intact, at least the part that counts anyway, until he could wear the Yokozuna down for a Yorikiri victory and a torrential downpour of Zabuton.
Man,
Doppelganger got robbed.
Aw.
See, Tobizaru got the Zabuton throws, but not Nishikigi.
He got a few. He got a little bit.
no, that inside sweep that Tobizaru did was nasty, and you could tell it shook up Terano Fuji right away. Like,
It really
as
did.
soon as he got that kick in, and you could tell like it must have like shocked his knees or something, because his knees were done, and he almost pushed him out right there, but he held the line. But then as soon as he started walking him backwards, he couldn't stop going backwards, and then he stopped there, and then you could tell he could barely stand. He could barely come back and bow, dude. He was like fluctuating.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was saying that it was his back, like herniated discs.
Yeah.
I could see your herniated disc making your legs act like
Dude,
that.
and you know they show like them walking back to the locker room and stuff. You can tell he was in pain. He even had his arms.
He was holding on to
Yeah,
his
exactly.
little attendant.
Yeah. He had both his
Yeah.
arms on his attendant shoulders. Was walking back. He was in pain.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
Poor dude. And he did actually end up pulling out on day 4. Speaking of day 4, there was a notable bout between Asanoyama and Onosho.
Yes,
You
so
want to tell us
good.
about that one?
Yeah, I thought Asanayama was toast, and he totally failed to wrangle Onosho's Tachi in any manageable way whatsoever. I had already accepted that Asanayama was going down. I was like, nope. I was like, Onosho's got this. Onosho's a bull. He just bowls you over, you know? And then gets Asanayama, fucking drives his ass all the way to the Tawara, and then out of fucking nowhere, bam, pulls a Sukui Nage out of his ass, and then just fucking tosses Onosho down onto the clay, just fucking flopped his meat. Man, that he really did make it look easy. It's like, God damn it.
This was also the day that Kirishima returned.
Yeah.
So our
True.
newest Ozeki wasn't gone for too long. 3
I'm
days.
glad he showed back up.
Yeah.
I was kind of upset. I was like, what the fuck?
He still doesn't look 100%, but he's hanging in there. He's doing the thing.
Well, he's actually the highest ranked Rikishi in this tournament
Yes.
now, since Terunofuji pulled out and Takakeisho had already pulled out on day 1.
Battle Hamster, come on, man.
That brings us into day 6, Ura versus Hokuseiho. Ura is actually 11 inches shorter than Hokuseiho.
Damn.
Fucking brute.
Almost a whole foot shorter.
Yep.
He is also 100 pounds lighter than Hokuseiho.
Holy shit.
And 10 years older. Although,
Okay.
who knows if that really counts for anything. Who do you think actually won this match?
I know. I synced it.
Oh, I synced it too, but
Okay.
it was a six. When I first saw them coming up, I was like, "Holy shit, let's go!"
Let's put it this way. Have you ever seen those contests where they grease up a pig and then a bunch of fucking rednecks race around to see who can catch the pig first?
I've seen it, but I'm from Oklahoma. Yes.
For some reason, that image popped into my mind as I was watching these two fight. Hokuseiho just couldn't seem to get a good lock on the wiggly, squiggly Ura. His height did not matter in this match. His weight did not matter either. Ura just kept squirming out of every jam Hokuseiho tried to get him in. Like he was some sort of slimy, slippery eel. But eventually, Ura was able to get behind him
Yo.
and escort him out by Okuridashi.
Man, yeah, it was a sick sidestep, and he grabbed like the back of his belt and pulled himself behind him. And
Oh,
just fucking
fuck
walked
yes,
him
dude.
right back out, just pushed him out like a little train.
You know, watching it the way in which it was recorded at, regular speed, you could really see there was a whole lot of fluctuation of strength, people just kind of like out muscling each other. It looked fucking cool, and you could really see them putting their everything into it.
Right.
But then whenever you watch it was either NHK or Abima, but whenever they would do the playback, because you have the bout, and then they show a replay. Since it was so long, they played it in fast forward.
Yeah.
They played it in fast motion.
Yeah.
And I could not get yakety sax out of my head whenever I was watching it go in fast motion because it looked fucking goofy. Because they're sitting there, it almost looks like they're having like a weird dance or something.
I don't even think that's the first time we've tried to sing yakety sax on this podcast.
We mention yakety sax a lot on this podcast.
Sumo is a goofy sport, okay?
I love sumo.
But yeah, it's Hokuseiho is new to Makuuchi. People are kind of starting to figure him out now.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a one-trick pony
It's
currently.
weird. He reminds me of like Frankenstein.
Yes,
He just
uses
goes
his
in,
height
he almost
to his
stands up right
advantage.
away. He goes for that back grip right. Like, that's what he does. He comes in and just stands right up and just goes, because he can reach over everybody. He just
Right.
goes right straight for the back grip, and then he just stands there.
And he just
Whereas-
lets people tucker themselves out and
Yeah.
just kind of throws them out.
Ura, he does like to try things, and sometimes that can fuck him up pretty often, actually, because he's always doing some random ass shit. But he does like to be more technical, and so it really worked
Yeah.
out for him this time.
Yeah, for sure. Uda magic.
Why don't you tell us about day 7?
All right, so day 7 we had Hoshoryu versus Asanoyama. So Haas, of course, we know Haas is a very throw-happy man. So Haas goes for an Uwatanage because that's what Haas does. But I was about to say Asa Shoryu. What the fuck? But Asanoyama resists, so Hoshoryu drags his punk ass all the way to the other side of the dohyo and then just tosses him out there. There was no use resisting the Uwatanage.
Seriously.
There was always going to be an Uwatanage.
The eternal and infinite Uwatanage.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. It was so fast.
But it was kind of sad because he kind of got like a bad bicep tear from that.
Oh, damn. Did he?
Yeah, he actually did. Asanoyama ended up pulling out on day 8 because his bicep was partially ruptured, I think they said, during that bout. And going into day 8, a couple other notable bouts. We have Nishikigi versus Tobizaru.
Yeah, this is such a fun fight.
Of course, both are Maegashira 1. Both gained a Kimboshi in this tournament against Terano Fuji.
Terano Fruity.
I really just wanted to mention this because there are some people who are kind of butthurt that Nishikigi won against Tobizaru. But
Nishikigi, who has the better score than Tobizaru.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nishikigi, whose style of sumo was a little bit more well-rounded than
True.
Tobizaru.
Very true.
Tobizaru's another one that likes to...
It's a flying monkey, though, and
I was about to say, he likes to do it.
He's very, chaotic, and he likes to try to rely on his chaoticness.
Him and
But sometimes
Ura
it doesn't
have
work, and
very
when you come
similar-
across someone who's well-rounded, sometimes it's not going to work.
And Nishikigi's just fucking strong. He's probably one of the strong... Have you seen his legs? Nishikigi's legs are like fucking way too big for his body. It's just nothing but muscle. Mm-hmm. I want those legs. I want legs like
one of
Nishikigi.
those Colorado River toads we were just talking about. You just want to lick them. Also on day 8, we had Karishima versus Midori Fuji.
Let's go!
This fucking bout.
Holy fuck. I watched it like 8 times.
Yeah, another one that people are complaining about heavily.
Yeah. So, God, where to begin? Midori Fuji was actually really giving Karishima... It's so hard not to call him Kiribayama.
I know.
Giving Karishima a run for his money before the Gyoji stops the fight to adjust Karishima's Mawashi.
What the fuck?
He stands there struggling with it for a little while before a Yobadashi has to run up
What the fuck?
and assist him. It all took a little longer than I think anybody expected it to.
What is going on?
Is that like, okay,
Yeah.
was that the same Gyoji? Because I can't remember, and I bet this is probably something we should ask Noah. But is that the same Gyoji that did the whole Wakataka Kage and Terra no Fuji fucking Mawashi Tai?
Ooh.
Or was that Wakataka Kage? Or was that Wakamoto Haru? It was a Waka.
Yeah, I think I remember that. It was definitely a waka.
God, which Waka was it?
It was one of the Wakas. It was one of them, but there was like that
It was one of those wily Wakas.
I think you're right though. It was the same Gyoji.
Was it the same Gyoji? Oh, see, I think
think it may
someone
have-
was complaining about that same Gyoji, like, arbitrarily stopping bouts to fix, these fucking, these wardrobe malfunctions.
Yeah, well, much to the disappointment of every lady and gay man in the audience, they were eventually able to get Kiribayama's Mawashi secure. The match then continued as Midori Fuji had his right hand on the back of Kiryu's Mawashi and was then able to slip his left hand in to grab the front. At one point, Kirishima's Sagari, the little dangly things in the front, fell onto the ground, and Midori Fuji aggressively kicks it out of the way,
Hell yeah.
flying off the dohyo.
You could hear the murmur from the crowd, like,
Get that shit out of here.
Much to the delight of the crowd, yes. Though it looked like Kiri may have had him for a moment, Midori Fuji was able to secure his victory by shitate nage as Kirishima's balance finally faltered. The crowd was so impressed that the zabuton started flying yet again.
Yeah, throw him.
It's like the Zabuton throwing was like progressively more exuberant each time it happened. You know, it was
Hell
just a
yeah.
little trickle of Zabutons the first time.
Yeah.
And then it was like a good...
Now this is going to be the Zabuton tournament.
And then it's like, you know, a flood of Zabutons.
See, this is why I wish I spoke Japanese so I could, like, you know, ask Nishikigi, do you feel robbed? Do you feel that you were robbed?
Well, technically it's something they're not supposed to do,
yeah.
guys. Technically, they're supposed to be
Of
respectful
course.
and keep their pillows under their butts.
Right.
Supposed
But we
But-
definitely don't want to see them do that. We want to see
I would
them...
fart on it and throw it so hard.
Take that and no skate anymore.
I don't know why, but that just reminded me of that one time that, like, I think it was Shodai got, like, smacked in the back of the head with a Zabuton.
Oh my god.
yeah,
I can't even remember when exactly
I think I've
it was,
seen
but
it,
it
yeah.
was funny as hell. So that ends the first week of the tournament with the top Rikishi being Hokuto Fuji,
I know, right?
Nishikigi, and Hoshoryu.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about our three frontrunners for
Hokuto
the Nagoya
Fuji's my
Basho?
homie. I'm about to text him here in a minute.
But fucking Nishikigi, you know, that's my doppelganger. And
If you say so.
Yeah, and he is a powerful one, and I'm enjoying watching him. You know, he's my avatar.
Nice.
He's my Ozumo avatar, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good, aren't I?
How
Not
long
really.
has he been in Makauchi? Because it feels like it's been almost the entire time we've been watching sumo.
No, I think he slipped back down to Juryo. Like,
Did he?
He might have. Let's take a look at his weird little thing. Yeah, 2017, he was in the Juryo. Yeah, he went back to Juryo in January 2020. So yeah, he used to dip a little bit. I think he might have been nursing an injury. Because I remember he would kind of ebb and flow, but now it just seems like he's back. Now he's just ready to, you know, throttle some fools, and I'm here for it. And Hokuto Fuji, you know, the Billy Goat Gruff, he's doing what he does best. He's just, like, ramming the shit out of people with his head.
Hell
And
yeah.
he seems to have a little bit more, like, technical grasp. He's just feeling it, I guess, you
Yeah.
know. His techniques are coming to fruition.
A lot of people are talking about Hoshoryu as the next Ozeki. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, if he could get the numbers, then yeah, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, he's getting there. He's really close.
He had 10 wins in March. He had 11 wins in May. He's at 7 wins right now.
So we're going to be looking at another Ozeki. Oh, where's Wood? Where's Wood?
I think it's
Hand me some wood.
maybe. I think he needs like maybe 6 or 7 wins to get. To get.
Was that 33?
there.
yeah, it would be, let's see, if he's got 7 now, so that's 28. So he would need 5 more wins, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
5
it's
more
like
wins.
the last 3 basho, you add those together. Yeah.
Let's
5 more
go,
wins.
Haas. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, what about Hokuto Fuji? Let's take a look at his, because he's at Magashira 9 right now. He has gotten a Makikoshi for every tournament since November.
So that means he's getting his groove back.
Last
too.
September was the last Kachikoshi he got, and he had a 10-5.
Nice. Man,
So-
he has such a cool little salt ceremony with his like forehead thing.
Yeah.
I have a T-shirt with that on it.
No way. Hell yeah.
Well, I think that just about covers it for week 1. Stay tuned for week 2. Anything can happen at this point. Until then, remember, if you want to support the U.S. youth competitors going to Japan in October,
Let's go.
you can go to the...
United States Sumo Federation Instagram page. You can take a look and see who each of the competitors are and what you can do to support them, to help them go to Japan and show them that sumo is alive in America.
Yeah!
Because, you know, the children are our future.
I believe the children are future. Teach them well, let them lead the way. Show them all the sumo you possess inside.
Sumo.
Give a touchy eye.
Give them the touchy eye to make it easy. easier. Okay, I'm gonna stop now.
Okay. But
This
yeah,
is what happens when you put beers in me,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
Why did you do this to me?
It was
Sumo
fun.
Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
good point.
appreciate you guys having us out. All right.
Rick, thank you so much for joining us. You're always a pleasure.
Yeah.
If people wanted to find you online, where could they find you?
I've been at Instagram, Facebook, just Rick G's with the threes. 'Cause
With
I'm
Rick
Rick
weird.
G's with the threes.
Rick G's with the threes.
Awesome. You can also find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. If you look for us on the Twitters, make sure you put Punk Sumo, because I fucked up the Twitters. You can also find our shop on Redbubble and TeePublic. That's right, we have 2 shops now. And if you like the episode, please give us a rating because it helps other people find this podcast. That's our show. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.